Bon après-midi. Nous avons aujourd'hui avec nous Coralie, un très joli nom, qui est
Merci.
avec une école française, ou bilingue,
Française.
française,
Mhm.
100%.
100% français. Mhm.
Ah, d'accord, d'accord. Donc c'est vraiment, c'est pas commun, quoi.
C'est pas
En
commun.
général, elles sont toutes bilingues aux
Ex-
États-Unis.
Oui, là c'est French immersion, comme on dit.
Ah bon,
Complètement. Oui,
100%.
100%.
Et donc, c'est au beau séjour. Est-ce que je dois assumer que c'est une école pour enfants?
Oui, c'est une école pour enfants de 2 ans à 5 ans.
Pour enfants,
C'est une
ok.
école maternelle.
Ah, c'est super ça.
Oui.
Et quel est votre rôle là-dedans?
Alors mon rôle, c'est donc je suis la propriétaire
De l'école?
de l'école que je viens d'acquérir il n'y a pas très longtemps en fait.
Ah bon?
Donc c'est tout nouveau. Et puis je vais être la directrice. Donc c'est une école qui ouvre en septembre en fait. Donc c'est tout nouveau.
C'est tout nouveau. Quand vous dites que vous l'avez acquérie, c'est qu'elle existait déjà.
C'était une école américaine, ordinaire,
Américaine.
hein,
Ok. Qui
que
s'appelait autre chose.
oui, je sais plus le nom exact.
Ok.
Et mais en juin et moi je reprends l'école en tant qu'école française.
Ah d'accord, d'accord. Donc tu reprends l'école, tu veux dire le building.
Le building, oui,
Ah
que je vais
d'accord.
complètement refaire également.
Ah,
Oui, parce que je travaille en fait pour une autre école pour le moment que j'ai moi-même
décoré.
ouvert.
Ah oui.
C'est moi qui ai créé l'école pour quelqu'un d'autre.
Ah bon?
Voilà, donc il y a 4 ans de ça. Et
Ça s'appelait comment?
ça s'appelle encore Optimonde.
Au Petit Monde. Je les ai vus à la Bilingual Fair.
Ah oui, ils sont à San Francisco et l'école que j'ai ouverte avec la propriétaire est à East Palo Alto.
Ah, super.
Oui, j'ai ouvert ça il y a 4 ans là-bas.
D'accord. Et donc, quand vous dites immersion, c'est combien d'heures d'immersion par jour?
C'est-à-dire que toute la journée, on parle français.
Toute la journée de,
Je
vous
suis
dire
le...
pendant 6 heures?
Ah oui, oui, on suit le programme d'éducation nationale,
Ah bon,
donc avec des enfants pas forcément français, puisque j'ai, je dirais, 40% d'enfants dont un des parents parle français, mais
d'accord.
pas forcément quelqu'un qui vient de France, c'est
Ah,
francophone.
d'accord, ils sont des fois complètement anglophones.
Voilà, voilà, ils n'ont jamais entendu la langue avant, donc le but premier, c'est de les rendre confortables dans l'école,
Oui,
complètement et à partir du moment où ils se sentent bien dans l'école avec leurs enseignants, avec leurs amis, la langue française, elle vient assez rapidement. Oui. Donc on parle français toute la journée, on chante, on lit en français, on danse en français, on mange en français.
c'est super. C'est super.
Oui,
Donc, j'assume que vous étiez vous-même enseignante avant,
oui, j'étais 6 ans dans l'éducation nationale
en
en
France.
France. Ouais.
Ah, d'accord. Et l'idée vous est venue de créer une école 100% française ici.
Oui, alors quand j'ai décidé d'aménager aux États-Unis, mon rêve c'était d'avoir ma propre école. J'ai d'abord été enseignante dans une école américaine, mais française en tant qu'enseignante française dans une école américaine avec le programme américain. Ensuite, j'ai été dans une école française à San Diego, 2 ans en tant qu'assistante pour voir un petit peu le rôle d'une assistante également. Et puis voilà, je suis arrivée à San Francisco, j'ai rencontré mon mari.
Ah,
Donc je
c'est
l'ai
joli, c'est
suivi.
bien. C'est une histoire d'amour alors.
Voilà, je l'ai suivi ici, oui. Et puis quand j'ai essayé de trouver un travail, on m'a proposé d'ouvrir une école en fait. Donc voilà, c'est ce que j'ai fait à East Palo Alto il y a 4 ans.
Ah, d'accord. Il y avait une école à East Palo Alto qui était bilingue.
Alors non, c'est l'école de Optimonde. La première école est à San Francisco et la propriétaire voulait ouvrir une deuxième école,
Ah,
mais
vous l'avez
une
aidé.
maternelle, voilà. Et puisque sa première école est un home daycare, donc une garderie,
Oui.
et elle souhaitait ouvrir une maternelle. Alors on s'est rencontrés, je pense, pendant 30 minutes et elle m'a dit, ben, écoute, tu vas m'aider pour m'ouvrir cette école. Je suis ok,
C'est
let's do it.
extraordinaire comme histoire. C'est-à-dire, disons que c'était destiné que tu sois ici pour l'éducation.
Je pense, oui. C'est
C'est
quelque chose qui me passionne énormément, l'éducation.
en plus,
Oui.
oui. D'accord. Et donc, tu as aussi peut-être un très grand amour pour les enfants.
Oh oui. Oui, oui, c'est important de leur donner les, euh, les bonnes clés dans leurs mains pour le futur. C'est important d'être présent pour eux, de leur montrer que ben, apprendre, c'est aussi fun, c'est un côté fun, et apprendre et découvrir, et faire par soi-même, c'est aussi important. À travers une autre langue, à travers une autre culture, parce que j'ai aussi ce partage de ma langue et de ma culture avec les enfants. Donc c'est aussi un autre côté très enrichissant pour moi. Partager ma culture et ma langue que je ne faisais pas en France.
Oui.
Donc ça c'est nouveau. Donc c'est encore un plus grand enrichissement pour moi. Et les enfants partagent leur culture et leur langage avec moi aussi, puisqu'ils ne sont pas forcément français. Donc,
Donc tu les as déjà connus à Palo Alto un peu.
oui. Donc,
C'était des enfants bilingues?
les enfants n'étaient pas forcément bilingues. J'ai même eu des élèves qui parlaient carrément une autre langue, comme le russe, parce que les parents venaient d'aménager aux États-Unis. Donc cette petite fille ne parlait pas anglais, ne parlait pas français. C'est un des exemples, mais j'en ai plusieurs comme ça.
D'une autre culture complètement.
Voilà. Et travailler avec eux tous les jours, on apprend beaucoup à
De
travers
voir
les
comment
enfants.
ils se développent et
Le développement.
s'épanouissent.
Oui, de voir comment ils deviennent élèves, comment ils apprennent la langue très rapidement aussi, comment ils évoluent avec leurs amis.
Oui.
C'est... non.
Et quand vous dites vous mangez avec eux, vous servez des plats américains?
Non, français. On cuisine. On a une cuisine en
Ah,
fait.
vous avez une cuisine?
On a une cuisine, oui. Et dans l'école Optimonde, la même chose. Je voulais une école avec une cuisine, puisque j'ai 3 cuisinières dans l'école de East Palo Alto. Dans l'autre, je pense que j'en aurai 2.
Qui va cuisiner le
Qui
petit
cuisine,
déjeuner? Ah oui?
petit déjeuner, déjeuner, et on offre aussi le goûter pour les enfants qui restent en garderie le soir.
Alors tu essaies de... Ou bien les dames essaient de développer un menu français.
Alors c'est moi qui développe le menu. J'adore cuisiner.
Donc c'est toi qui es vraiment en charge de tout.
Oui, j'adore cuisiner, et puis je partage cette passion en général. Elles ont aussi cette passion de la nourriture, donc bien sûr qu'il y a la nourriture française, la nourriture italienne, il y a de la nourriture mexicaine, puisqu'ici bien sûr la nourriture mexicaine est très présente. On fait aussi la nourriture américaine avec les mac and cheese.
Ah oui,
Voilà, et on fait aussi la cuisine marocaine, puisque
il y en a du Nord-Afrique. Hein.
oui, et puis quand j'habitais en France, je viens de Lille, ma mère faisait souvent le couscous, alors j'adore le couscous.
Donc tu cuisines un petit peu, enfin disons que c'est français,
Oui,
tout en étant avec
un peu varié.
une touche
Mhm,
multiculturelle, parce que les étudiants, enfin les petits,
mhm.
sont de plusieurs cultures.
Oui, oui.
D'accord. Est-ce que tu as des parents qui viennent te voir et te disent est-ce que vous pouvez servir ça à ma fille ou à mon fils parce qu'ils préfèrent ça?
Alors, ça m'est arrivé. Ça m'est arrivé. Alors, si bien sûr l'enfant a des allergies ou des allergies, bien sûr qu'on peut leur servir autre chose. Si l'enfant est végétarien, bien sûr qu'on sert végétarien, puisqu'on fait végétarien ou avec viande. Donc pour ça, oui. Par contre, je leur dis, bah, écoutez, vous savez, ici on mange tous la même chose.
Ah bon?
Les enseignants mangent aussi avec les enfants.
Ah bon?
Donc le repas, c'est un moment un moment social, un moment de partage.
Ok.
On discute ensemble, on mange la même nourriture. Et le fait de leur apporter différents ingrédients, parce qu'on mange des légumes tous les jours, intégrés dans des sauces ou pas, et l'enfant va commencer à s'intéresser à la nourriture. Si on leur donne toujours la même chose, ils vont pas développer en fait. C'est de leur introduire de la nouvelle nourriture, ne pas les forcer bien sûr, mais les faire goûter aux choses.
D'accord.
Et en général, les parents me disent qu'au bout d'1 mois,
Ils aimaient.
ils voient une différence aussi dans le comportement de leur enfant à la maison.
Ils veulent.
L'enfant
Ils veulent.
veut goûter différents légumes,
Ah
par
bon?
exemple.
Ah bon?
Donc, j'ai beaucoup de retours positifs des parents par rapport à la nourriture.
Ah, ça c'est bien, ça c'est
Oui.
bien. Donc ils sont contents que leurs enfants mangent une nourriture saine
Oui,
et bien balanced.
exactement.
Et, et toi, tu dois avoir pris un cours en nutrition peut-être.
Alors, même pas.
Même pas.
Mais je cuisine depuis, je pense, l'âge de 6 ans peut-être avec ma mère. Alors,
Ouais.
j'ai eu des cours de nutrition avec ma mère aussi, effectivement, c'est vrai, pendant peut-être 6 mois. Elle recherchait à cuisiner plus sainement, puisque en France, on cuisine beaucoup avec le beurre.
Ah oui, alors elle a changé
Elle
ça.
a changé ça et j'ai suivi ce qu'elle faisait.
Tu faisais un
Sinon,
peu plus d'huile d'olive peut-être.
par exemple, de l'huile d'olive, mais aussi beaucoup plus de viande grillée, moins de snacks entre les repas. Donc des menus beaucoup plus variés que la diététicienne nous présentait en fait.
Hmm.
Donc c'était assez intéressant.
Donc pour revenir aux enfants, ils passent average 6 heures à l'école.
Plus que ça parfois. L'école ouvre à 8 heures
Oui.
et ferme à 6 heures.
Ah bon?
Et les enfants parfois sont déposés par les parents à 8 heures et parfois repartent à 6 heures.
Ah, c'est en plus une garderie alors.
Oui, on offre la garderie. La classe est de 8h30 à 3h30, mais on
Mhm.
offre aussi la garderie du matin et de l'après-midi.
Ah d'accord, d'accord.
Voilà.
C'est donc au lieu d'aller dans plusieurs endroits, l'enfant reste dans une atmosphère maison où il y a la cuisine après l'école, où il y a peut-être un sofa où s'asseoir après l'école.
Alors, à l'école, on suit donc, l'école est assez confortable pour les enfants. Ils ont une cour de récréation, donc c'est important pour eux de pouvoir jouer à l'extérieur.
Oui, bien sûr.
Ils ont,
Quand il fait beau.
voilà. Mais aussi à l'école, même s'ils passent toute la journée, euh, ils ne font pas la même chose pendant le temps de classe et pendant le temps de garderie.
Ah d'accord.
Et puis pendant le temps de classe, on fait des activités académiques, mais on fait aussi de la cuisine, on fait de la musique, on fait du jardinage, on fait du
Après les
sport.
classes.
Pendant les classes
Ah,
aussi.
pendant les classes.
Pendant les classes, on fait tout ce genre d'activités, puisque les activités académiques sont importantes, mais aussi la cuisine. Découvrir à travers la cuisine, c'est important. À travers la cuisine, ils apprennent à travailler en équipe.
Bien
Ils
sûr.
apprennent la patience aussi. Ils apprennent aussi à développer le goût. Ils apprennent aussi les bases de mathématiques parce qu'on compte combien d'œufs on va mettre par exemple.
Mhm.
Ils apprennent aussi les bases des sciences puisqu'on fait fondre du chocolat par exemple.
Ah bon?
Donc à travers la cuisine, l'enfant apprend énormément. Après il y a le sport, c'est pareil. Il y a le sport, on apprend aussi à collaborer en équipe. Donc on apprend aussi beaucoup de choses, mais en même temps on développe de gross motor skills qui est très important pour les enfants. Donc on a plusieurs activités pendant la journée qui sont assez fun pour eux. Ils ont aussi un temps de sieste puisqu'ils sont petits l'après-midi.
Donc tu es un prof de gym
Non, ce sont les enseignants qui font ça.
qui font tout.
Oui, c'est comme en France. En maternelle, c'est la même chose. On a les enseignants qui font la gymnastique, qui font la musique, qui font les mathématiques, qui font le pre-reading. Le pre-reading, c'est la même chose.
Elles savent faire tout un peu.
Oui,
Enfin, ou ils.
les professeurs des écoles, oui.
Ouais. D'accord. Et donc ce sont, je veux dire, des enseignants qui sont entraînés pour un certain niveau d'enfants.
Oui, oui, ce sont. Alors, en France, les enseignants suivent les classes de professeurs des écoles pour pouvoir devenir enseignants. Je, je pense que c'est pour 2 ans d'école, il me semble.
Mhm.
Ici, aux États-Unis,
Il faut 4 ans.
Voilà. Aux États-Unis, c'est
Donc
pareil.
tu peux engager quelqu'un de France ou ça doit être 4 ans comme aux États-Unis?
Alors, je peux engager quelqu'un de France. On a besoin de faire des équivalences de diplôme.
Ah,
Et
d'accord.
puis, parfois, on a besoin de reprendre une classe ou deux.
D'accord.
Comme moi, d'ailleurs, c'est ce que j'ai dû faire.
Ah, d'accord.
Euh,
Pour être la directrice.
pour être enseignante. Pour être la directrice, j'ai dû prendre les classes
De directrice.
Mhm.
Ok. Aux États-Unis.
Mhm.
Ah bon. Donc vous êtes tous, disons, en accord avec les lois américaines.
Oh oui, c'est une obligation. On doit suivre les lois du licensing.
D'accord.
Ce sont des lois très strictes, surtout pour les enfants de moins de 6 ans ici aux États-Unis.
Ah oui, oui, parce qu'ici, il ne faut pas frapper les enfants.
Ah non,
Il faut vraiment... c'est un niveau différent.
oui, 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 complètement. Le respect de l'enfant est un peu plus
Poussé.
ancré ici, oui.
Mhm.
Et ce qui est très bien d'ailleurs.
Ouais.
On est aussi beaucoup plus positif avec les enfants.
Oui, oui.
Mhm.
Oui, je sais que mes enfants sont allés au lycée français et je sais que les enseignantes parlaient sans respect aux enfants. Et ça, c'est une culture française plutôt
Oui.
qu'américaine.
C'est très vrai, oui.
Et par contre, les Américains, si tu vois une Américaine faire ça, fais attention,
Ça n'existe pas, je pense.
ça n'existe pas.
Oui, mais moi j'ai justement cette expérience d'avoir travaillé 3 ans et demi dans cette école américaine quand j'étais dans le sud de la Californie. Et j'ai appris énormément à travers cette école, puisque j'étais enseignante en France pendant 6 ans. Donc j'ai revu ma façon de travailler avec l'enfant, d'être beaucoup plus positif avec l'enfant. C'est important, on n'a pas besoin de lever la voix non plus.
Ouais, j'ai
On
vu des
arrive à se faire
Français qui
comprendre.
lèvent la voix.
Oui,
J'étais choquée.
c'est l'enseignement en France, c'est ça. On est négatif avec l'enfant,
On lève
on
la
lève
voix
la voix,
et on
il
crie à l'enfant.
on crie et puis chaque enfant se ressemble plus ou moins. C'est comme si on apprenait à des robots, alors que j'ai appris maintenant à différencier chaque enfant, puisque
Ils ont
ils évoluent à
tous...
leur rythme en fait.
Oui, oui,
Et puis ils ont tous une sensibilité différente aussi.
oui.
Et puis ils ont le droit d'être en colère et triste aussi parfois.
Ouais. Et
Alors qu'en
puis
France, on
un
laisse
peut
pas.
être un peu plus vers la musique, un peu plus vers l'art
Exactement.
et un autre un peu plus vers les
Et pousser
sciences.
leur talent, c'est important.
Voilà, donc tu essayes de découvrir le talent,
Ah oui, c'est très important
de voir.
Oui, pour moi, c'est moi qui m'ajuste à l'enfant, pas le contraire.
Ah, d'accord.
Voilà.
Oui, ça c'est très important parce qu'on en parle de plus en plus,
Mhm.
que l'enfant, il veut pas être modelé à ton image, mais
Et voilà,
il veut être lui, quoi.
exactement. Donc c'est ça, leur apprendre à trouver qui ils sont, leur apprendre à devenir self-esteem, à avoir leur self-esteem, c'est très important parce qu'en France, c'est pareil, on ne développe pas cette partie-là.
Ah oui, oui, ici c'est un peu trop.
Voilà, donc
Ici, self-esteem de l'enfant,
oui, c'est très important d'avoir de la confiance en soi et de trouver ce qui l'intéresse le plus et de le pousser, bien sûr, qu'on va faire des activités académiques avec chaque enfant, etc., mais à leur rythme.
hmm.
Si cet enfant réussit et que celui-ci ne réussit pas, ça ne veut pas dire que cet enfant est idiot.
Oui, bien
Voilà.
sûr, bien sûr. Donc, je vais passer à la partie peut-être en anglais.
Mhm.
Um, so I will introduce her now as Coralie Leclerc, who is in a school au Beau Séjour.
Mhm.
And Coralie is the director and owner.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And do you at any point during the school time of 8 to 6 that you mentioned earlier speak to the student in English?
That happened to me, yes. Most of the time I speak French since it's a French immersion school. I will say when it's the first month of the school, the academic year, some children, they don't have any French background. So they don't understand the language. So yes, I'm going to speak to them in English and then French behind to make them comfortable.
Okay.
Or if something they feel like maybe sad, maybe it's better to speak English.
In English.
Sometimes.
Okay, okay. So they come very early, like as early as what?
2 years old.
Oh my
yeah.
God,
So
that's
they
a
are
little
really
bit
young.
tender.
Yeah, really
It's a
young.
tender age.
Mhm.
So do they ask for their mom?
Of course, yeah, especially for the first year at school at 2 years old. The separation with the parents it's
Very-
really difficult.
Oh,
but we
yeah.
are here to make them understand that mommy is gonna come back. So mommy doesn't leave you; she will come back,
Oh.
and then we're gonna be together, and you're gonna have a fun day. And if you need anything, I will be there for you. It's really
Like a
better
mother.
to make them
You'll be the mother?
kind of.
Okay, but they are in the same room as the 3 and 4.
No, I
No?
have. So that is more like friends. So I have a class of 2 to 3 years old, a class of 3 to 4, and another one of 4 to 5.
Okay.
So they are separated, but they play together during the recess time. They are together during the extending care.
So there is 3 levels.
Yeah.
Okay. So level 1, the baby one, needs more like a motherly kind of,
Yeah, you need to be there for them. You
like
need to
all
show
the
them
time,
love.
all
Yeah.
the time. Okay.
Yeah, and then, but obviously we're not the mom too, so we don't have the same relationships than we
The
have
mother.
with the mother. This is normal, but we are here, and then to make them understand that we are at school with other students, so we're not the only one this time, not like at home. So we need to make them understand you need to learn how to live together. So this is what we do for the 2 years old: how to live together, how to share, how to play together.
And are the parents allowed 1 day a week with the little ones? Are the parents allowed in the room 1 day a week?
It's better that the parents they're not staying during the
Too
day.
long? Oh.
Yeah, it's better because if we stay too long, it's harder for the child to get separated from the parents. So
Then he sees the parent go?
Yeah, so it's better to stay like 10 to 15 minutes and then, okay, now I'm gonna go. I wish you a really great day, and then you kiss your child, you give a hug, and I see you tonight. I will come back to pick you up.
Okay.
And then that's it.
And on the second month, then they have friends.
Uh-huh.
And then it's even easier because they know they're going to see their
And
friends.
they don't want to leave after that.
Right.
Yeah, they see the parents like, no, I don't want to leave.
I don't want to be with my parents. I want to be with my friends.
Yeah.
So it's only maybe the first 2 months that's
Yeah.
the hardest.
The first month, I will say.
The first month is the hardest.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they transition smoothly and harmoniously
Yeah, sure, yeah.
into a different environment than home with mom and dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
they learn how to become students.
And they also learn social skills with other kids.
Yeah, really important. We do also social emotional learning at school. That is not French, it's more American. Since my school is a French immersion, but we introduce also some California curriculum like social emotional learning. So we teach them how to respect the emotion of others, to recognize also the emotion of others, also to understand his emotion as well. So we make them understand how you recognize that this friend is sad or angry or scared. So all different emotions. We do that with
That's
all
awesome.
children.
That's awesome. So you grew up in a big family yourself?
No, I just have one sister.
One
big
sister.
but really close. We are
Very,
really close.
very close family.
Yeah.
Very close. And then you still developed a
Yeah.
love for other children.
Yeah, sure. But I had a lot of cousins, I will say. I
Oh,
was playing with all
playing
my
with
cousins.
all of them.
We have the same age, so we were playing all together.
Oh, that's awesome. So it looks like your career is pretty much set up to be in the education system.
Yes.
Pretty much.
I didn't know that until I started to work in the school in France in 2001. I didn't know I would work with children actually, and then when I started to work in this school just to be a helper, it's like, wow, I want to be teacher, and then I started to.
You studied to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then you worked in France in the preschool.
Preschool and elementary school.
Okay, which area of France?
I am from Lille, so
Lille.
northern France.
Okay, so they have the same all over France. The curriculum is the same anyway, right?
It's the same, yeah.
And so you were able to bring what you already knew from France here.
Yeah, but I don't do like the curriculum like it's not so rigid, because the curriculum in France is pretty rigid and heavy for little one.
Okay.
Since my students were not necessarily French, I have the French curriculum, but more flexible, I would say. So it's easier. And then also in this French curriculum, I use also. I introduced a California curriculum, like doing cooking class and doing music and doing social emotional learning. So that's why I'm not doing like.
Oh, you added a few things.
Yeah, because I work in this California school, California curriculum in south of California. So for 3 years, and from this school I learned a lot about the California curriculum, and I decided
to add.
Yeah, to take a little bit, like to take the French curriculum, but not everything, but a big part of it, but also to bring some part of the California curriculum.
Oh, that's awesome. And does the French interfere at all with your decision to add the California
No, not at all.
subject?
No,
No, you're a
no.
private school,
Yeah,
so you're pretty much independent from the French government.
exactly.
So you don't have to report to them.
Exactly.
Oh, what a good freedom
Yeah,
to
it's good.
mix both everything that's good from both worlds
Yeah,
and do it all in French.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I really love this way. Like I said, we are like more positive with students because we're not like
Because of the
in
of
France.
the influence.
Yeah, so we use positive discipline in my school.
Yes.
It's more American as well.
Oh wow.
So yeah, my teacher, yeah, they have the credential to be teacher, but first they need to have like to like working with children. Like,
Yeah, you
it's
hire only
important.
people who likes children.
oh yeah, I want to have my teacher being like nice with my students and close to them and be happy to come at work together and be with the students. It's very
Yeah, it's
important.
not a job. It's just more than that.
Yeah, it's important.
Did you ever think of sharing your experience of bringing some American curriculum to your school with the French educational system, or that's not at all necessary? But even if you make a suggestion,
Um, I'm not thinking about that yet. For now, I am like starting this new project with a Beau Séjour in Auckland. So, but it would be a good idea actually to do that. It's true.
yeah, I mean, maybe later when you
Yeah.
get it all
Yeah,
mastered.
yeah, it's a great idea actually.
No, I just thought about it. If something is good, why not
Yeah,
have
it's true. Yeah.
the French student benefit, right? So I don't know about your school. So it prepares them to first grade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When they arrive at first grade, they know the alphabet.
So
Not yet.
what I'm doing for the older students, so the 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, we offer English class, like 45 minutes of English class.
Okay.
So they get the basic
Okay.
of the California curriculum because the French curriculum and California curriculum is not the same at all since they're learning ABCD in French and it's not ABCD in United States. So you need to make them to give them some basic. So when they go in the first grade, they're not completely lost in this new curriculum. So
But here, by 5 years old, children have learned the alphabet, so it's not the same in France.
no, it's not the same at all. And then in Grande Section kindergarten, we don't necessarily teach them to read, so they know like some frequent word. But in California curriculum in kindergarten, they learn the reading, so it's different too. So that's why I introduced for those older students, I introduced the California curriculum through 45 minutes a day. So they have the basic and they don't come in this new school with no French language, no French curriculum, and completely lost, you know. So you need to prepare them a little bit. It's a big change.
Okay. So, do you at all introduce during 3 to 6 when all the kids are gone and only a few are left for childcare? Do you have iPads? Like, do they at all do any iPad, like watch cartoons or anything?
Sometimes, but not often
Not
because
much.
I think they have that at home.
So
enough.
they're gonna go home do that anyway.
Yeah, so but we watch some movies sometimes that happen.
Like
but I-
Snow White, Cinderella. No,
not those people.
not those. Not those. Okay.
No, it's more like something. If we have the theme is on the polar animal, we're gonna have like
A color thing? A polar bear?
polar bear cartoon. So it's more this way, or we can make them watch like a Wee Wee, something is really known in France, but like older. But I don't use that much the TV
Or cartoons?
yeah, because I see that too much around me to have like children having the iPad when it's time to have.
Oh,
food,
yeah,
you know?
because then the iPad is a babysitter, not you.
Yeah.
No,
So,
because I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, I covered for my daughter who was supposed to babysit. So I went and babysat two kids, and they were like expert on manipulating the iPad.
mhm.
And one was only two, and the other one four. And I was amazed at
Ah,
how they were good at
oh
manipulating
yeah, they are good.
everything.
Oh yeah,
They,
better than us.
they know how to do computerized manipulation better
Uh-huh.
than adults, I think.
Yeah, definitively. So they have all those skills at home.
They
So
have those at home to
yeah,
watch video games and all
yeah.
that.
So some cartoon, but not too many.
Not and no video games.
No video games, no.
Okay. And after school, then what kind of games they can play?
So they go, they have like 1 hour recess, outdoor recess.
Okay,
So
that's
that we can
nice.
play, and then they have sometimes activities like with we can play like with the balls, or they have like the structure. They have like they can also have the chalk and draw on the
Oh
ground.
yeah, yeah.
They have that, or they have also a table, and we bring paper and the crayons, so they can also do
Draw
that outside. So they have all these activities for 1 hour, and then we come inside.
and eat a snack
And they
maybe.
have a snack, and then and we continue to play inside in the classroom, and the parents come step by step to pick up the children. So it's
So
pretty small.
we talked about food. So your budget for food is big then,
Yes.
just almost as big as the staff.
Yes, it's the second budget, and then actually I don't make parents to pay extra money for that. It's included in the tuition.
Okay.
So and it's
So they're getting
mostly,
a deal.
yeah, it's mostly organic or natural food, because not everything is organic, but I try the most.
So they know when they sign up that
Yeah,
their children will be fed.
yeah, exactly.
So they don't bring their kids with the
No,
lunchbox
only if the children has a lot of
problem,
yeah,
like
allergies.
like a diabetic or
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
So if the child has a special need,
yeah,
then they can.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. So most people from 2 to 5 don't know what their kids are allergic to, right? I mean, it's too early to tell.
Oh, they know actually.
They,
Yeah, they know. They have actually they need to have how all the vaccine ready for being to school, and then also they have like how you call that? I don't have any child myself yet,
oh,
but
okay. You
but
plan on having one?
oh yeah,
Oh,
definitively yeah.
okay.
But parents they are actually aware about those allergies, and sometimes an allergic just comes. We didn't have that before, but we noticed that pretty fast as the teachers as well. So we communicate.
Maybe you should not require all the vaccines because vaccines nowadays cause autism. Like if you give 19 shots to
I
a
know, but
baby.
it's required by the government and the licensing.
Really?
Yeah, they need to have all update vaccine.
Oh, okay. So you just have to follow the rules.
Yep.
Okay, okay. So even though it's a bad rule, you follow it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So to be admitted to your school, the child then must be healthy. Um, must be. It cannot be a child with special needs, like I don't know, someone with retardation or anything like that, right? It has to be pretty much a healthy child.
Yeah. For me, I don't have really like
Str-
everybody can come
Okay.
definitively.
Okay.
We need just to have the vaccination for the licensing, but if they have like some allergy or some special need, they can still be at school.
Okay.
If the school cannot support this special need, yeah, obviously I will say
Go to a special needs
the
school.
school cannot support your child for that. So I prefer you to find a better school for your child. But if we can support it, yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay. So it's up to you as the director and owner to
Mhm.
decide if that child's going to take too much time of the teacher.
Yeah, for me, it's not about the teacher. For me, it's about the child, and I want the best for the child. And if I think my school doesn't have the capacity to help the child
With special needs.
with special needs, that I'm gonna decide not having him, because I want the child to have something really better for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If I cannot do it, I prefer that the child goes somewhere else. It's just about the capacity of the school.
Okay, and since children learn faster than adults,
Oh yes.
so after a year they know French.
Oh yeah, actually after a month they start to understand really well.
Really?
Like I would say, if they come 5 days a week, because I have children coming 2 days or 3 days or 5 days a week, I have options. For 2 days a week, it's take more time.
Of course.
But for 5 days a week, definitively
They're
after
gonna
a month,
pick up.
they understand like maybe 80%.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is so fast. I'm
They
sometimes
pick
really
up real
jealous.
quick.
Yeah, see, my accent is still bad, and for them, they learn so
It's
fast.
not okay. Okay, so they become bilingual within a few months.
Oh yeah, I would say so. At the end of the year, they start to talk.
To converse.
It depends the child as well too.
And between the children, between each other, they speak also the French.
Yeah, you can hear them singing French song also
Together?
The recess, yeah, together, and they understand if this child doesn't speak that much French, or if this child speak really well French, so they can like speak English to this one and French to this one.
Okay,
They're like,
but
for
you
them,
give them the freedom.
Yeah, definitively.
Okay,
Yeah.
they need to express themselves one way or the other.
Yeah, and then if you force them to speak only French, they will
They,
not
they're
like
not,
the language.
they're not
you know?
gonna like the language.
Yeah.
It has to come naturally.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's a good approach.
Mhm,
That
yeah.
is a very good approach to let the child develop at their own speed
Oh, yeah.
in the learning of the language.
Yeah, and then pretty much actually they become like really interested about the language and start to ask you how you say that in French, and then they want to learn. Really, it
Okay.
comes from them.
And at the bilingual fair, there was a couple companies that were selling children books. Do you use these kind of outside curriculum books?
I more like likely I like to read the articles more than having just a book, and
Okay.
different articles, and then this kind of theory what is gonna say, or this kind of theory of education what is gonna say. So I am more like reading articles about education than a book.
Okay,
Yeah.
but for children book with pictures and illustration,
Mhm.
you go to these companies to order them?
Oh yeah, definitively. Yeah.
Yeah, you order pictures of a story, let's say, of Winnie the Pooh in French or something like that.
So I have a library actually that the children they can borrow book from school
And have
to
it
bring
home,
at home,
Oh.
and it's my library. It's
all in French.
almost, yeah. I have 80% of the library is French books. I
And
have some English
you
books too.
order them from France
So from Amazon.
in French.
But when I go to France, I always like bring books with me. I have also parents, they do donation for us, and they give French books. So yeah.
Yeah, because I was surprised there's Amazon.fr,
Mhm.
and I was surprised I was able to order a gift for
Oh, yeah.
my sister in France, and it's delivered there directly.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's huge. Amazon.
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. It's still expensive though, but yeah, I use Amazon most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they use
You have YouTube too. YouTube, you have
in
like
French.
Some, yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
have
do.
books on YouTube too.
You mean audiobooks?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I use sometimes the media. See.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So me, I am bilingual. So if they want to listen to the English version or the French version, they can fast forward to the English
Mhm.
or listen to the beginning in French. I used to do the reverse, first in English, then in French, and then I say, why not? I'll just do first in French.
Oh yeah.
It depends on what the person has to say.
Mhm.
But I don't know if you want to add anything about your school. Where is it located?
So my school is in Auckland, West Auckland, exactly.
Okay.
So it's gonna open for next September.
What's the BART station?
It's close to MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there. It's on the 30th Street exactly.
30th.
Yeah, 30th Street.
Okay.
So
It's
yeah.
accessible.
Oh yeah, it's really close to the freeway.
Okay.
So what is the name of the exit? I forgot the name of the exit, but
West Auckland, maybe.
You have West Auckland and you have
One more.
another one. You have two exits really close to the school actually.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, it's easy access to school.
Easy access to school, and then parents drop them off, go to work.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, I'm gonna have a drop off for the school, because it's no parking lot, but it's a lot of
Oh,
space.
you need space to drop them off.
Yeah, we have a lot of space in the street. That is a good thing. But when I have the drop off, is the parents that just want to drop the child and don't need to find a space to park.
To park, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all. It's like since it's the first year, although the school was there before.
Yeah.
So they have a few things in place for that already. I mean, although yours start earlier, 8.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, you can bring your child as early as 8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 exactly.
So between 8 and 9, the parent will go on their way to work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But between 8 and 9, they eat breakfast
Yeah,
or
breakfast,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
They
And
have
then
breakfast at 9 actually.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And between 8 and 9, whatever, they play.
They play, it's welcoming actually. So the children, they have like a free play, and the parents, they are able to talk
Come
with
in
the
and
parents
out,
as well, you know,
yeah.
and stay for maybe 10-15 minutes with the child as well
Until
before
they
leaving.
go to work.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, that's good. And what's did you know if you're gonna have more of 2 years old or more of 5 years old, or
I
you don't know yet?
I don't know for so
the
4 years
first year?
ago actually the first school I created, I had a lot of 2 years old.
Because they want to combine education with
Yeah.
childcare.
And it's harder to find a French school for this
For
age.
childcare at that level.
So yeah, so I maybe 2 years old. I don't know. We see.
We'll see.
Yeah,
So you still got time. You got till September.
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it's an undertaking, entrepreneurship. It's all on
really
you.
exciting.
Yeah. Do you have a helper to get the word out?
So my husband actually works with me. He's helping me, and then we're gonna have a contractor as well to redo the
To
school.
do the marketing?
Yep. And we have someone to do the marketing and the branding of the school. Actually, I'm working with someone. To
Oh,
do the
you
branding.
want it would look something different. The decoration is you, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I want something really cozy for them. That they
Okay.
feel to be at home too, because we are there for maybe 10 hours sometimes.
Yeah, they has to feel at home.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
important.
They can bring their teddy bear if they want.
Oh yeah, of course. It's important actually because they're gonna have a nap and they like to sleep with their doo-doo.
Okay, so they're allowed to bring their own pillow
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah, exactly.
little blanket, whatever,
Exactly.
to feel at home.
Yeah.
Okay, and they take a nap
And they take a nap, yeah.
at what, 2, 3?
So they start to have the nap around 1,
Oh,
and then,
right after lunch.
12:45 actually, and then yes, and then they sleep, especially the 2 years old until 3 p.m.
Oh, they
yeah.
have a long nap.
They have a nap. For the 4 years old, they're gonna sleep maybe
A little bit
30
less.
to 1 hour.
Mhm.
So after that, they go back to class and have an activity, and then they're gonna go to recess and play
Why do the 2-year-olds sleep so long?
because they need more sleeping time. They
Oh,
need
really?
they need like 12 hours, sleeping for they need to.
Oh, by 12:30 they're tired.
Yeah, they get tired. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You have some they start to in front of the food.
So may as well let them.
Oh yeah, they need more time, sleeping times than us. Us it's 8 hours.
Oh,
For
because
them, it's
they're
12 hours.
growing.
Yeah,
Because they're
exactly.
growing, so they need to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, so your work is mostly in the morning then?
It's a lot in the morning. Definitively, the nap time is quieter,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have the older students. They nap
They're
maybe
awake.
just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because by the law, again, they need to have a rest of 30 minutes. So even
Okay.
if they don't sleep, so they have the rest of 30 minutes, and then they can go back to classroom and do more activities.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it
Sounds
depends the age again. We need to adapt to each of them.
okay. And how much time is with books actually? I mean, not much since they don't read, but mostly story picture books.
So we have a story time. So we read a story for the first circle time in the morning. We have also a story time before going to sleep, and we do yoga too, actually.
Wow. My daughter teach
So-
yoga if you want her.
And then we can have another story time maybe before going to home, but not necessarily. Or we have also during the day we bring them to the library, and we
And they can pick
pick
a
books
book.
and just see pictures, obviously, because they like start to be like how you say that, understand what is the book, and then they can bring the book at home, like I said, and bring it 1 week later at home.
Okay.
So
But not the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old,
the
he
2
would.
years old too.
The 2 years old can bring a book.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Sounds like fun. I
Yeah.
mean, sounds like fun to communicate with people who are tiny.
It is. It is. We have to teach them actually to communicate, because the way how they communicate is to use the hands
Yeah.
or the teeth.
Yeah.
So we have to make them understand you need to use your words. So we have to help them to develop the language.
Mm-hmm.
And
And also play music maybe a little
we
bit.
play music. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do music. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. So that's good. So you know everything. You know music, you know cooking,
Yeah.
you know everything, right?
Yeah, but for me, cooking is better than music, for example.
Oh, really?
So I have another teacher. She's gonna be better with music. You know.
Okay,
So you
okay.
use the talent in everybody.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So far, so good.
Yeah.
So if you do a little bit of the gym, you'll be in shape yourself, right?
Oh yeah, I need it.
You need to walk with the kids, kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, we are one day with children. It's a lot of energy you bring to them.
Yes,
So yeah,
that's great. You look like you're happy,
I am.
so you must like what you're doing,
I love it.
and I wish you a lot of success with this new school. And even the name of it is very cheerful
Yeah, thank you.
because
how
it's
you
like
will
a
say-
vacation, a resort.
Yeah, you will say au beau séjour in English for you?
How would I say it? Oh, that's a good question.
It's difficult, huh?
Oh, yeah. I would say maybe séjour, vacation resort or something.
I think it's maybe a beautiful stay. I don't know.
No, there is no word for word translation to it, but I would say a pleasant experience or pleasant vacation.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. If you translate word for word,
Doesn't work.
it's not the same meaning.
Exactly.
Because beau means beautiful, but in French it also means pleasant.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's a pleasant moment at school, actually.
right. So how did you do your website name?
Au beau séjour,
Yeah.
how I found it.
No, how do you translate it on your website?
I didn't translate it because actually it's hard to say it. So I didn't know what to translate yet. And so I tried to figure out how to explain them. So I think it's going to be explained through the branding
Okay.
and through the logo. Because
Okay.
I'm still working on the logo.
And what's the name of your website?
It's ABS French Preschool .com.
ABS.
ABS, Au beau séjour.
Ah, ABS. Okay, okay.
French Preschool.
It's not ABC.
No,
Okay.
ABS.
You jump all the way to S.
Yeah, definitively.
So you're not gonna learn the ABCs.
No.
Okay, ABS French Preschool. It's a long name.
It's a long name.
Dot org or
Dot
com.
com.
.com. Okay, okay. So we got it. So you might change it later if people don't get ABS. What ABS
maybe.
is.
But it was hard to find the good domain because Au beau séjour is already
Taken.
Yeah, so I needed to find something else.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And there is also in San Francisco ABC language school.
It is, yeah.
So it's taken ABC.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gotta be more creative there.
Exactly.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to get to know you
Thank you very
and
much.
to talk to you about your beautiful school. Maybe one day I'll get a chance to go to Oakland and tape
Yeah.
it when it's open.
Come to see us. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so much.
Merci.